who has won the toss and showed no hesitation whatsoever, Chanda, and has elected to serve.
It's a mindset, and we talk about these being two big hitters, big serves. That's the weapon for both players, and if you can get that early hold and get out in front, that could be a real advantage down the stretch in that first set. All right,
Elena Rybakina, it was a brilliant end to 2025. She won 3 titles. As we take a look at her current ranking, world number 5, and with this result coming in here, irrespective if she wins or loses tonight, will be automatically up to world number 3. 11 career singles titles, and littered amongst that is the big one. That's a Wimbledon championship that she has won back in 2022. And a finalist here in 2023, where she did lose to Sabalenka.
And it was an epic final. I mean, we were all enthralled. It looked for a moment like Rybakina was going to turn the tables and maybe come away with the victory. But you look at her road to this final, and like Sabalenka hasn't dropped a set. It's the way she's worked through these matches, especially that last one against Pegula, which got tricky, Josh, in that second set.
Very, very tricky. A few nervous moments. Not so nervous moments for this young lady, Aryna Sabalenka, currently the world number 1. She's been there for 75 weeks and 22 career singles titles, and just seems to be getting better with age. And as you look at her Australian Open history, she is very difficult to beat here on Rod Laver Arena.
Yeah, very few players have gotten to 4 consecutive Australian Open finals, and Aryna Sabalenka has put herself in the history books with that. She, as we mentioned, has not dropped a set, and against a player in Alina Svitolina who was playing so well, she made it look very routine. She's playing some good tennis.
So as you can see, the roof is closed here on Rod Laver Arena tonight. And
2 minutes.
Not so sure. Does that favour a player, do you think, Chanda?
I initially thought it might favor Sabalenka, you know, with conditions being regulated. She has a little less margin, hits a little bit flatter. Of course, she leads the series 8-6. They are playing for a 15th time. I mean, it is absurd, the numbers between these two. But although I thought maybe initially it might favor Sabalenka for those reasons, remember, Elena Rybakina won their last meeting indoors. It was at the WTA Finals in Riyadh, and she's got to be drawing some confidence from that last victory.
Yep, let's hope so for her sake. So, some of the legends of our sport, Martina Navratilova. Great to have her alongside Angie Kerber, who won it back in 2016. Where she famously defeated Serena Williams. What a match that was. So great to have the legends of our sport here for this women's final. It's a big evening tonight. So much anticipation around the grounds. And it's fair to say, depending on who you ask in the player lounge, whether it's the players, coaches, commentators, it is pretty evenly split for this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is 50-50. It's tough to call, and we'll see who gets off to the better start.
So just about set tonight here for the women's final here at the 2026 Australian Open. Women's final promises to be a great match. The Daphne Ackhurst Memorial Cup. Both of these young ladies yet to drop a set through to this year's championships, both in just such sparkling form everywhere you look, whether it's the serve, the return, or finishing at the net.
With the best of 3 tiebreak sets.
They have both looked unstoppable.
It's interesting when you look at the strengths of their games, and pretty similar, I would say. For Rybakina, it's the forehand, the backhand. For Sabalenka, it's the forehand. So there's going to be some push and pull there. And on the serve, obviously both big servers. Rybakina, the slightly bigger server. Can she get enough first serves in to not get herself in trouble? And then, of course, Josh, second serve returns. That is an opportunity for both players. They've been taking advantage all tournament long, but they also are hands above the field in terms of winning points behind their second serve. So something's got to give.
All right, we are set here. It is a full house. There's a buzz around the grounds here. A highly anticipated women's final. It is Arena Sabalenka, the world #1 to serve.
Arena Sabalenka to serve. Ready, play.
Yeah, super confident start, isn't it, from the world #1.
15 love.
That serve out wide, she's pretty much used that serve every single match in the first point of each game. So sticking to her patterns.
Sabalenka has done a slightly better job over the course of the tournament getting that first serve in. Her team well established with Anton Dubrov there on the left. Max Mirny was on the lower right.
Boy, oh boy. And we've seen a lot of that from Rybakina this tournament. Just so clean off this forehand side, and a little bit of a wry smile from Sabalenka.
Well, Rybakina's been hitting the forehand bigger. It is significantly quicker, and she's gotten more confidence from it, keeping that racket head speed up through the contact point.
Stefano Vukov in the white cap, coach of Rybakina. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
2 in a row.
30-40.
It is very rare that Sabalenka's first serve gets handled that way.
She's gone every serve to the forehand in this game so far.
And Rybakina was ready for that one.
Yes.
Missed that one. Rybakina doing exactly
Rybakina.
what she would have wanted to do, and that is put pressure on Sabalenka's opening service game. Another break point.
Just
Cain.
wide.
Rybakina.
That's the first break. Hasn't been broken too often, Sabalenka, in this tournament. Well, courtside, we do have Andrea Petkovic, former top 10, joining us tonight. Petko, how do you see this one unfolding?
Yeah, hi everybody. Well, the conditions are absolutely perfect. So there is no wind, the roof is closed, just absolutely perfect conditions for both. And Rybakina is feeling the ball and seeing the ball like a watermelon. This is incredible how she's been moving to that wide serve early. Clearly they have done their homework. They know the faves of Arena Sabalenka, and she's had the better start here. Both women hitting the ball incredibly fast and powerful. Great tension down here, courtside.
All right, we'll check in with you as this unfolds in this women's final. What a confident start from Rybakina.
It frees a player up so much when they get that break, that early break especially. And for Rybakina, her first serve is the biggest on the court. Has used it beautifully throughout this event. You would imagine Sabalenka's just a little bit rattled. It wasn't just, she didn't break herself. It wasn't her missing. It was Rybakina exploding the ball on some of Sabalenka's first serves.
Yeah, Rybakina's looking to win a 10th match in a row versus a top 10 opponent. That is how well she is playing against the big names of this sport.
Was a second serve. Sabalenka was trying to get on top of it and create an opportunity to move forward, but didn't quite hit her target. And Rybakina, she's got tremendous kick on that serve. Not easy to time it well.
Very tidy start for Rybakina here. 2-love, first set.
2 games to love.
This is a perfect, picture-perfect start, and she had to mostly hold in that game behind her second serve, but that is what has been so good about Rybakina's game, her ability to play behind that second serve with the kick that she can hit so beautifully.
And this was the first neutral ball Sabalenka has hit all day. She has been rushed. This was the first one where she had a tiny bit of time.
Inside the baseline. Such an aggressive mindset to start this match.
And that time, Sabalenka refusing to back off of her baseline.
30-15.
It's going to be a fight for positioning throughout this match.
Ball.
Even though Rybakina missed that return, it still puts it on Sabalenka's mind that she is stepping in, that she's not going to let anything short go unnoticed in the service box.
Ball. 40-30. Game Sabalenka.
On the scoreboard, the world #1, Arena Sabalenka with an ace. But it's Rybakina with a break, 2-1 first set.
By 2-1.
Hope you're enjoying our coverage on the AO animated feed as Sabalenka holds for 2-1, but it is Rybakina who is in control after a statement. Big statement first game on serve, converting the second of 2 break points to go up 1-love. She consolidated for 2-love, and all of a sudden the favourite Sabalenka was on the back foot early. Already Rybakina swinging the win predictor in her favour to the tune of 58% now, just 3 games into this women's final. And we've seen some great shots like this, some winners down the line on both wings, but that forehand is causing problems for Arena Sabalenka. Rattled early, we saw the signs of frustration from the 2-time champion's face, and plenty of work to do to re-establish control in this first set. 2-1, a break up to the Kazakh 5th seed
A wonderful evening
in the championship decider.
Rod Laver Arena. It's been a fast start from the world #5. And Rybakina with a break, 2-1.
Tom. Wait, please. Tom.
Yeah, certainly doesn't serve too many double faults. Only a few double faults for the entire tournament. That's how well Rybakina has served at this year's Australian Open. Just 6 double faults all tournament.
Tom.
An interesting chanting. We just saw Sabalenka move deep to return that, just to buy a bit of time.
Yeah, she's trying to figure out what may work and how she can keep picking at Rybakina's game right now. When Sabalenka came out, started testing the Rybakina forehand, she maybe didn't expect Rybakina to be hitting it as well as she has been. So now Sabalenka's having to adjust. When you think about right now, Rybakina's hit 2 out of 7 first serves. That is normally not great first couple of service games, but she serves so well when she does get that first serve in. And then behind second serve right now, she is holding her ground. And so it has not affected her negatively just yet.
Oh, just like that. It's been the accuracy, Chanda, hasn't it, from the Rybakina serve. When you look at deep dive into the stats, you can see she's hitting her targets so well.
There was a look at her effectiveness, Rybakina behind that first serve. 88% of those points won.
Tom.
So another comfortable service hold here for Rybakina.
Rybakina leads by 3-1.
And Pekko, are you seeing anything from the world #1, Sabalenka? Is she looking a little unsettled?
She is definitely a lot of frustration already early in this match. I think she expected it to go a little differently, and I do think that this is the first time in the entire tournament where she has felt overpowered and rushed, and that's a new feeling she needs to settle into.
15 love.
One of the improved areas of Sabalenka's game has been, I think, her ability to hang in points, to soften up some of those deep shots, not let it create the miss, and just hang in points a little longer. It paid off there.
Love. Game Sabalenka.
Well, it's a stress-free service game for Sabalenka. Just what she needed. Holes to love, but it's Rybakina still up a break. Leads 3-2 first set.
So Sabalenka starting to look a little more comfortable out there, lengthening those points, hanging tough, and suddenly we are 3-2. Rybakina still with the break of serve that she scored in the first game. Sabalenka finishing there with an ace, hold serve for love first time. Exactly what the doctor ordered for two-time champion. Been in this final 3 times before, so definitely the more experienced player of the two. Rybakina playing in just her 3rd major final and her 2nd here in Melbourne after finishing runner-up to this very opponent back in 2023. The 5th seed now holds a 3-2 love. Upper breaker serve early in this first set. Still plenty to play out. Strap yourselves in on the AO animated feed.
So that won't affect us here. Well, all eyes on this women's singles final. The 2 best players battling it out here on Rod Laver Arena. Sabalenka looking to win her 3rd Australian Open. Rybakina, can she capture her first?
Love.
Jason Stacey on the left there, fitness trainer of Aryna Sabalenka.
Love.
This is first strike tennis at its finest. That's maybe one of the more extended rallies, and it still wasn't that long. But Rybakina with the last word on it.
She's made it. That is absolutely brilliant from Rybakina. Can do no wrong at the moment.
40 love.
And what's really interesting to see is Rybakina's footwork from courtside. She's so precise. The adjustment steps are just right every single time. That's why she's able to hit the ball as hard as she can and still make those shots.
Not very many points going past 4 shots so far.
It's big hitting, isn't it? Heavy duty.
40-15.
Just hasn't had a lot of time tonight, Sabalenka, but when she does get the feet there and has time, just unloads.
Classic Sabalenka, the squash forehand, a big part of her repertoire, and she uses it beautifully to keep herself in that rally.
This time just going for it on the second serve, getting it out on that sideline, and that is a beautiful game again from
Rybakina by 4-2.
4-2, first set.
And that's part of what we talked about at the beginning. Could the returner take advantage of second serve opportunities, second serve returns? And Rybakina has just not allowed Sabalenka any traction in that area.
Left. Left.
You could see again how quickly the ball is getting back on Sabalenka. She looked rush. And that serve didn't move Rybakina very much, and even though she didn't get it as deep, it was coming very quickly.
It
seems like Sabalenka has had to quickly adjust from picking on Rybakina's forehand to maybe going to her backhand just a little more often, especially when she can get a bit more angle on that shot.
Yeah, well done here from Arena Sabalenka. Rybakina just the one break in front. 4-3 first set.
Rybakina still with their nose in front, 4-3 in this first set on our AO animated feed. Trust you're enjoying the coverage of the 2026 women's final. Sabalenka went into this match as the slight favourite on the win predictor. As it stands, it is Rybakina who is the more likely at 62% to win this match. Let us know what you think in the comments. Sabalenka getting her service back in rhythm now. 4 aces for the match compared to 1 from Rybakina, and landing 61% of them, though importantly winning 71%. Still no match for Rybakina, who's made a clean as a whistle start, 83% winning first serve rate and 78% on second serve. with an average serve speed of 189. She has come to play tonight. Elena Rybakina, and rightly so, leads by a break of serve at 4-3 after 24 minutes in this opening set.
So it's a perfect start, wasn't it? An early break in this match for Elena Rybakina. And is coming out to serve with a break, 4-3, and has the luxury of serving with new balls.
New balls.
That was Rybakina's coach with quite a bit of chatter at her.
The serve +1, that's the play that is really doing the damage here for Rybakina.
I have to say, Josh, if my player was playing as well as Rybakina, I don't know if I'd have a whole lot more to say.
No, you'd be zipping it. Did start just like this, didn't she, in the semi-finals against Pegula? The first set, she was free-flowing, and then as things just tightened up, it got a little interesting. So you just feel that Sabalenka needs to stay tight on the scoreboard.
Ball.
And that's the opportunity Sabalenka has been trying to create, but she got better depth, and it rushed Rybakina on that forehand side. This was only a foot or so in front of the baseline, and then Sabalenka could pounce.
Peace.
Well, here we go. So a couple of break-back points here for Sabalenka.
Follow through. Two big serves. Let's go.
Saved by the belt.
Rybakina's coach called for 2 big serves. That was 1.
Yeah, just at 45% of first serves in, 9 of 20. She wants to get that up closer to 60% tonight.
And there was 2. Couple of big serves. Get to deuce.
Yes.
Shireen, be ready. Shireen, be ready. Rachel, full, može i flat, kak ti hoćeš. Kist robota. Bravo.
It's such a weapon.
What a time to make back-to-back-to-back first serves that are hit with fantastic pace.
The average first serve speed, 178 kilometers an hour. Biggest of the match so far, 189. Gets out of trouble, Elena Rybakina. That's great serving. Just one game away from taking the first set. It's now right back on Sabalenka to serve to stay in this first set.
5 games to 3.
Serves, and then I try to
Look,
remember.
stay low. Listen. It's kick serve wide to the deuce most of the time. And body. So stay low. Attack it a little bit higher. Attack it a little bit. The important thing is kratki zamach. Kratki zamach. Kratki zamach.
Kratki zamach means just a short backswing on return.
And Petko, it sounds like he's got the patterns of serve down pat as well.
They clearly have the same stats that we have, and they have done their homework. Rybakina is reading Sabalenka's serve really well, taking away her favorite patterns here.
Third Tila.
Держи корпус. Нет подач. Ты не подать корпус. Само держи.
And Petko, you're courtside. Are you surprised about the amount of chat and constant
14.
messaging from Team Rybakina for this one?
Have you watched the Rybakina match before?
I've heard it.
I'm not surprised at all. I think this is just the very regular.
So smart. Quick adjustment from Rybakina on that one.
14-15.
Sabalenka started gearing up because she was in trouble there, and plenty of space near the net. Rybakina using it.
Excellent serving from
Sabalenka.
Sabalenka here. Just things tighten up a little bit now, don't they? Because it'll be Elena Rybakina to serve for the first set. 5-4.
So Sabalenka pushing Rybakina to all corners to stay in touch in this first set, but as Rybakina still by a break of serve and will come back to serve for the opening set. It's been a blistering start to this match, but you've got to hand it to the Rybakina camp, who've strategized so well. And despite the low first serve percentage of just 48%, is still in control of this first set. Some magnificent highlights so far. Let's have a look at some of them here. This in the 8th game, with Rybakina serving. Hasn't she been impressive? Definitely the more composed player. We've seen a lot of interaction between Sabalenka and her box, telling her to stay low on return and be ready for the kick serve to the body or the forehand on the deuce side. And Rybakina doing that very, very well indeed. So 5-4 in this first set. The 5th seed to serve for a 1-set-to-love lead.
So Elena Rybakina, who has done a wonderful job of closing sets out. When she wins the first point, she goes on to hold 93% of the time. Well, this is a great start, isn't it? Got up early on the return and went for that backhand.
Rybakina started struggling against Pegula in that second set. The serve really went away. She started throwing in a lot more second serves. They got a bit shorter in the box. Sabalenka is looking to take advantage. That's a huge, not only serve, but just the moment to come up with another first serve.
Didn't have to be that good. Had the open court.
She lost her balance. She kind of got a little too close to her. The spacing wasn't quite what she maybe was looking for, and just overplayed it, Sabalenka. That one lets Rybakina off the hook slightly.
On.
Well, no joy there from the net. Had a look at popping over, but that is the first set point here for Elena Rybakina. Well, that's a brilliant set of tennis from Elena Rybakina. Halfway home here, trying to capture her first Australian Open. And she has wrapped this first set up, 6 games to 4.
6 games to 4.
37 minutes was all it took for Rybakina to take the first set. John Mac and Cheese here with our set review. Simon Ray joining me. And Simon, we've already seen a swing more than 20% in the win predictor off the back of a very composed set one performance from Elena.
Well, composed is right, John. That's spot on. And it was Rybakina that was the more composed competitor. Taking a look at the numbers through the opening set, dominant in terms of first serve points won. Didn't land as many first serves as Aryna Sabalenka, but almost untouchable when she did. And also giving Sabalenka a lot of trouble with that second serve, the kicker. Sabalenka's all over the shop with her return positioning. Not sure whether to come forward and try to smother it going back in the court. So she's planted the seed of doubt, Elena Rybakina, in terms of second serve return positioning from Aryna Sabalenka. She's created some confusion there.
Well, are we seeing somewhat of a mirror image of the 2023 final? We saw the same scoreline the last time they met in this match. Take us through some of the highlights.
Well, I think we saw some of the ball striking of Elena Rybakina early. You mentioned it was a composed start from Rybakina, and it definitely was. And straight away, we saw an anxious-looking Aryna Sabalenka, didn't we? The looks of frustration and concern towards the camp, even from the opening game, certainly second game. So Rybakina, the more composed, more consistent competitor through the opening stanza of this match. You'd expect Sabalenka to now settle and to bring the best version of what she's got to offer. So let's stand by for a response from the great champion.
Still plenty of time to play out, or plenty of space, as it were, in this game of tennis. Look forward to a big second set. Razor will be speaking up very soon.
Thanks, John.
when you get a look at the second serve, you need to contain the line, but at least try to move it one step. Because you need to go quicker. Shorter swing and quicker with the body inside. If you return weak, okay, and you have just time to go, you gotta step out. Because that's on the other side. Use the speed. You don't have to overpower. You can use the speed. And when the ball sits up, shuffle towards the ball and move the ball away from it. Because you see from the backhand she plays some good, like, I don't know, couple of good fast balls. Alright? Okay, but then we're not letting her play her game. She wants to dictate from the forehand side, and we must try not to let her do that. Okay? Yes, come on.
All right, there was a lot to digest in this discussion here. Stefano Vukic, coach of Elena Rybakina. Ladies, what do you make of that?
It was a lot, and a few things I heard. Some of it was difficult to understand just because of how low it was, but what I heard was the second serve, Rybakina was kind of noticing Sabalenka trying to move in. Should she go to the body serve? And Vukov is just saying, just keep going wide, keep stretching her out. Don't go body. And that has been working for Rybakina.
So a couple of things for us to look out for now. The winner of the first set has gone on to win 12 of 14 of the previous meetings. And the winner of the opening set has won 20 of the last 26 Australian Open finals. So the world number one really has to deliver now up against it.
Vukov also kept reiterating for her to shorten up on her swings, where she could keep good contact points, still be able to move the ball, not get late on those shots.
Were you surprised at how much information he was giving?
We are used to it. We see a lot of Rybakina's matches. He talks a lot. It's constant. A little bit disconcerting if you look at when Rybakina's playing so well and she's winning. To have that much information being conveyed, but that's his way, and she seems to not mind it.
Fortiva.
One of the other things Vukov reiterated was the strategy that Rybakina has had from the beginning, and that is to dictate, not allow Sabalenka to have time to set up, and especially for a big hitter on their strength, the forehand. Rybakina is going to that side hard, and it's not allowing Sabalenka to feel comfortable the way she normally feels against opponents.
Game Sabalenka.
Yeah, that's a great serve. It's the fifth ace for Aryna Sabalenka, and that is a real positive start to this second set.
And that may be the key for this second set for Sabalenka. It's what she wasn't able to do in the first. Lost her serve the opening game and couldn't recover, but if she can continue to hold, could change the entire complexion of the set.
Yeah, you can see the score worm there, that worm for the first set here. Just couldn't quite get it in the positive, Sabalenka. It was all one-way traffic, really, for Rybakina, because she just got that early break and such clean hitting, confident. Just tried to keep the points nice and short and give her opponent very little rhythm.
Now, Sabalenka had those 2 break points on Rybakina's service game at 4-3 and couldn't convert. Maybe that gives her a bit of hope here down the stretch. I say a little bit of hope because you got to first generate those break points, and to know that you did get the opportunity. If you can get more opportunities, maybe those you can capitalize on, and that's kind of the belief Sabalenka's got to hold on to.
On.
She's moving. Come on, take your time. Take your time. A lot of first serves.
Yeah, just at 47% of first serves.
15-30.
So if she can get that a little higher, I'm sure that will hold her in good stead.
Exactly what Rybakina needs to keep trying to do. Good adjustment, getting that first serve in, going up and out after that one a bit more. And able to open up court with that wide serve. That's the go-to. Oh, that is sweet. That is not an easy shot.
40.
Shorter in the court, it's dropping low on that forehand side. That is a forehand Rybakina might have had trouble with a year or so ago.
Big targets.
Yes.
Look how far inside the court Sabalenka was. That was a serve Jess Pegula struggled with in the semifinal, where Rybakina kept getting it out of her strike zone. Sabalenka more height and also able to step so far in.
Advantage Rybakina.
Petko, the first time we're seeing a bit of stress here and a bit of body language stress for Rybakina.
I thought there was a little bit of that at the end of the first set, but she did a really good job in containing most of that energy.
Oh, that's brilliant from Sabalenka, and you hear the roar after that forehand.
I mean, did Rybakina kind of give him a little bit of the hand after that previous point?
I think so.
And at a certain point, it can start to be a little too much when the stress is already there for these players. It's Sabalenka trying to take full advantage.
Oh, such a great volley, and it needed to be from Rybakina down a break point.
Now, that deserves for her team to be on their feet, because that hasn't always been a comfortable area for Rybakina, but she didn't hesitate. She got in good position, and she cut that volley off at just enough of an angle with the soft hands. I mean, that was beautifully played.
Advantage Sabalenka.
And that last backhand, that brought Sabalenka's team to their feet.
All right, break point number 2. Had a couple of break points deep in the first set, was not able to get it done.
That's so good.
That's the risk, isn't it? You can pay the price if you get that backhand and you hit it down the line and don't hit it with depth.
Yes.
It leaves you a sitting duck. The court is just so open here.
Well, and this is challenge returning a heavy kick, because if you don't contact it cleanly and you're trying to go down the line, as you said, basically hit your way out of the point.
That is so good. Just starting to look a lot better here. Just changing gears possibly, Sabalenka.
Advantage Sabalenka.
She was so quick with the first step, getting out to a couple of those last backhands, and then she could step in on the forehand. That's the go-to shot for Sabalenka, but she has had to work harder to get behind it solidly and get on balance.
Oh, again, it's just superb under pressure.
Yes.
From Rybakina.
In this game, both players are playing at a high level, and that's what is so enjoyable when you get to that stage of a match. And then it's just about execution and even a little bit of the right strategy in these moments.
Advantage Rybakina.
Sve prosto. No rushing.
Sabalenka is one of the best competitors out there, and sometimes it's maybe not what you think of her game, you know, the most, but she can dig in, she can fight, and she is doing that again in this game.
Again, it's just such accurate serving, isn't it? It's, of course, got the pace, that one. 190 kilometers an hour, the biggest serve of the match so far and one of the biggest of the tournament, but it's the accuracy.
Oh. Game, Rybakina.
So Sabalenka just can't find the key to breaking Rybakina's serve here. And that is a really strong hold
game.
under all sorts of pressure there in the first game of this second set.
3 break points in that game, 5 total for Sabalenka, and she has come up empty because of how well Rybakina has served under pressure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it does feel like Sabalenka has found a better way to spread the court a bit more. She's looking for more angles. And she has made Rybakina play in that service game despite not quite capitalizing. She made a lot more returns.
Left. 30-15.
Kratki zamach. Move a little bit, cover one side.
$40-15.
Sabalenka is holding serve pretty comfortably at the moment. Arena Sabalenka in front 2-1 in this second set, but it is Rybakina who has the first set in this women's final.
A more competitive start, Simon, to this second set, but it was that second game there, an important hold of serve from Rybakina in a game that lasted 10 minutes.
Well, it's still the Rybakina second serve that's causing a lot of issues, a lot of difficulty for Arena Sabalenka. She would have been counting on making far more inroads, on doing more damage when she's had a look at the Rybakina second serve coming into this match, but she's unsure in terms of return position, unsure whether to move forward. We've seen her 2 and 3 meters behind the baseline at times as well. It's the kick serve, it's the elevation, it's the jumping of the ball off the court surface that's causing Sabalenka problems on second serve return. And Rybakina's second serve numbers are very, very healthy compared to what we may have expected going in.
Important for Sabalenka to keep up her first serve winning percentage, 6 from 6 so far, and a more spirited start to this second set. And she hang tough with Rybakina. Back inside Rod Laver Arena now. 2-1.
Well, a few cloudy skies over this wonderful city of Melbourne. The first Grand Slam of the year down under here in Australia. We're on Rod Laver Arena for the women's final. And what a final it's been so far. Just the one break. And that was early on for Elena Rybakina. It was enough to hold that first set. And we're on serve in the second. 2-1.
Left.
Rybakina in her first service game of this set continued to raise the first serve percentage, and she needed to get out of that game. Can she continue to just add to those numbers?
Love. 40 love.
That's been the go-to serve for Rybakina, that wide serve, and especially on the second serve in that ad side, the kick, usually so dependable.
Rybakina.
Yeah, it's a good start in this second set as well with those serving stats. When you look at it, Rybakina up already in this set to 65% of first serves in. And if she can serve anywhere near that, she's going to be very hard to stop. So 2-all.
Thank you. Thank you. Love.
If you don't get that kick serve out wide enough,
15 on.
you'll pay the price, because she's got such long levers here, Rybakina. That's right in the strike zone. It almost needs to go body at times just to keep the element of surprise.
$30-15.
That's interesting when you look at Sabalenka and her numbers coming into this match. Her average first serve speed was about 167. Average right now, 176. She's trying to go bigger, slowly increasing those speeds. A complete reset of that point from Rybakina.
40,
so
30.
difficult when you've got to wait all that time for the ball to come down, get to the strike zone and plenty of space to miss it.
Only just missing, and it is Sabalenka. No problems on serve in this set, 3-2.
Sabalenka leads by 3 games to 2.
And it is that all-important first serve that's becoming the theme of this second set for Arena Sabalenka. Simon, 10 out of 11 first serve points won.
Well, starting to find the first serve consistently, starting to look like a more settled, more composed version of Arena Sabalenka that was perhaps missing at the very start of the match, but is starting to appear more settled now, finding her feet in this contest and starting to display some of the weaponry that we know she's got at her disposal. Particularly effective going down the tee on that ad side. She's going at nearly 90% of first serve points won when she makes that serve. So that's a very damaging serve for her right now.
So no break points for Rybakina so far this set. Sabalenka had 3 opportunities early in that set. Hasn't been able to find the all-important breakthrough. And it is on serve at 3-2 in the second set. Rybakina leading a set to love.
Well, it's getting close to 9 p.m. in the evening here at Melbourne Park on Rod Laver Arena. It's Elena Rybakina, who's won the first set 6-4, and as we reflect in that 2023 Australian Open final, that was the same score she won that first set back then, but it was Sabalenka who was able to win the second and third.
Love 15.
Oh, it's only just clipped the outside of the line. Living dangerously here.
She's not hesitating, Rybakina, and that's the important part of hitting the forehand big and keeping margin, is swinging quickly through the contact point. You want the ball on the strings just long enough, but you got to keep the racket head speed up, and Rybakina is doing that.
$40-15. Oh.
It's a higher risk shot, trying to change direction over the high part of the net with Rybakina's body weight still kind of moving to her right, and just didn't get the timing on it, but has a little breathing room here in this service game.
New balls, please.
Excellent stuff from Rybakina, and it'll be new balls. Yeah, 3-3. Petko, anything courtside that you see that Sabalenka can change to possibly get a break of serve against Rybakina?
I think she needs to hope a little bit that Rybakina's level drops on serve. I think she's doing a much better job in reading the serves. She's taken away the wide serve on the ad side a lot better. I thought that she didn't do that well in the first set. That is Rybakina's favorite serve on pressure points, and she didn't take that away. She's doing that better, but it's a little too short, the return, and Rybakina always goes into the open corner, and Sabalenka hasn't found a solution for that. Either Rybakina needs to drop her level in that regard, or Sabalenka needs to find a solution on neutralizing that wide serve on the ad side. And of course, hold serve.
15 left.
Well, yeah, worst comes to worst. Right, hold serve and get to a tiebreak, and then hope for a point or two.
Yep.
Yeah. Rybakina has done a better job handling Sabalenka's second serves more often. Another example in that last point. Now she went a little bigger, a little more kick on that second serve.
15.
Awareness of Rybakina creeping inside the baseline, trying to take the first strike there, and it is putting that extra bit of pressure on Sabalenka.
That was awesome.
It's a mindset, isn't it, when you get up to the net to want the ball, and Sabalenka did a fantastic job on the redrop, but she didn't stop there. She closed nicely and did not cut off on that point.
Thank you.
Well, maybe just a little too pumped up and excited. What a point she's just played.
Well, and sometimes it just takes a minute, even just to catch your breath after a point like that. Physical, the emotional part of it, and getting that serve in. It's not easy when you're still breathing just a little harder than normal.
Led first serve.
Ooh, that is blistering.
Well, that makes things a little more interesting now. Back to Deuce.
Deuce.
Just can't quite get it out of the wheelhouse. This is the strike zone.
Well, after maybe the best point of the match, double fault from Sabalenka, and then that return where Rybakina showed she was unimpressed, and that return paid for it.
Yeah, great response. A champion response here from Sabalenka.
Advantage, Sabalenka. Sabalenka.
That's got to feel pretty good. That was important, wasn't it, for Arena Sabalenka. Moves ahead 4-3 in the second. First set, Rybakina.
Sabalenka leads by 4 games to 3.
Psychologically telling game there from Sabalenka to hold for 4-3. But Simon, the serve is the thing we're focusing on here.
Well, we've seen Arena Sabalenka have to go for more on her second serve, and just a little bit of panic creeping in that 7th game of the second set. She's come in averaging 142 kilometres an hour on second serve through the event, and tonight she's had to go to 150. We saw that double fault at 40-30, but we also saw the champion-like response, as Josh Eagle called it and described it in the call. So big moments. These are pressure-filled moments now, John, as we move towards the business end of the second set.
Down to just 33% on her second serve. That's points won, but she's still quite high, 93% on first serve. So that's going to be the story for Arena Sabalenka if she is to stay with the 5th seed in this match. 4-3 on serve, still a lot to play out.
So things just getting a little interesting deep into this second set here. Sabalenka managing to keep holding on. Just has not found a way through this serve of Rybakina.
And during the change of ends, there was coaching from the Sabalenka box, and I do think they were trying to give her signs which serves to close down, because Anton Dubrovsky is looking at the iPad and then gesturing to Sabalenka. Another glance from Sabalenka to the box and gesturing from Anton Dubrovsky here.
Yeah, those iPads are giving information in real time, and so it's a useful tool if a coach can get that information to their player, and the player is able, to assimilate it and actually work it into the match. Yeah, it was dropping, and maybe just decided a little too late to move forward.
30
Swinging volley already. You are adding a bit of risk by swinging that close to the net, but with it dropping, it's almost impossible.
Portila. Game, Rybakina.
No problems for Rybakina. Just ticking along beautifully in this second set now at 4-all.
4 games on.
Well, and her serve has gotten better. Rybakina more first serves in, still a high effectiveness behind the first serve. And as Sabalenka's raised her level, Rybakina is sticking right with her.
Bob. Love 15. $15. $30-15.
Outstanding. Not backing down whatsoever.
40.
In fact,
15.
quite the opposite, and you can see she's really keen to try and stand up on that baseline. That backhand down the line has been so effective all tournament long.
Game
It's a huge hold, isn't it, for Sabalenka. Just one game away, leads 5-4, second set.
Sabalenka leads by 5 games to 4.
This is more of the flavor expecting to see from Simon leads second set 5-4.
Well, starting to look like the Arena Sabalenka that we expected coming in, starting to settle and bringing her best tennis when it counts towards the business end of the second set. So backhand down the lines looking imposing, intimidating. Anytime she's able to hold court position, she's on top of the point from the back of the court. She is bringing her best stuff when it matters, John.
First serve percentage still up at 95, and I think the confidence is starting to match. Looking like this one's going to a tie break. Who's going to back in a second set breaker?
Well, I think we're going the distance here, John. This is looking like it's got a marathon three-setter written all over it, potentially, but unable to make inroads yet on the bike and a service game. That's the next challenge for Arena Sabalenka.
Rybakina serving here to stay alive in the second set. 5-4.
Looking a little ominous out here. And this wonderful city of Melbourne. Inside, though, on Rod Laver Arena, it's getting very interesting because it's Rybakina coming out to serve to stay in this second set. Has not been broken all match long. And that is a handy start from Sabalenka. Great defense on end range.
Love 15.
Oh, wow.
What a start to this game. Part of the extra tension that builds is just based on the scoreboard. And Sabalenka is using the scoreboard to her advantage here.
And finally, she's taking away those wide serves from Rybakina.
Good call, Petco. And when you force a player to change their patterns under pressure, that's exactly where you want them.
Oh.
We're going to set Sabalenka. It is Arena Sabalenka, the world #1, refusing to go down here. It's 1 settle to 4, 1 settle.
50 minutes it took Sabalenka, but she has squared the ledger at 1 set apiece. And Simon, for the first time in the second week, with the exception of one match, we are going the distance.
Well, we just saw Elena Rybakina just blink in the 10th game of that second set. We saw the opening point, had a short ball, had control and command of the point, coughed up the error on the short ball. Then we saw just a little bit of the variety that we've seen from Arena Sabalenka in across the most recent 12 months. The ability to slice a backhand out of the corner, the ability to play the drop shot, just to gear down and extend some of those points, make Rybakina play 1 or 2 more balls. And that ability to defend superbly has leveled this match up at 1 set apiece, John.
Point of view here from Sabalenka's side of the net. She's top of screen there in the pink dress. Rybakina coming into the net pretty successfully. Both players, though, more likely to play their points from the baseline, though we have seen some variety from Sabalenka as well in this second set.
Well, even there, we saw the ability for Sabalenka to chip that return back into play, extend the rallies where she needs to. So damaging when she gets time on the ball. We know about the weapons she's got at her disposal. Both women being forced to defend against a barrage of ground strokes coming at them, not to mention the serving power that we've seen on display from both of these athletes.
The only break of serve came in that crucial 10th game. Sabalenka 6-4. She took the second set in 50 minutes after what was a blistering first set from Rybakina, 27 minutes. And we've got a classic on our hands, at least the makings of another classic. Take your minds back to 2023. Elena Rybakina took that first set, and Sabalenka stormed back to win the second and third, to win her first Australian Open crown. Will it be another third for Sabalenka, or will Rybakina finally earn her first piece of silverware in Melbourne?
Midway through that second set, and that elevated and set the tone through the end of the set. And Rybakina was able to play from ahead. That was a huge difference from her position in the first set. And she started getting on the wide serves of Rybakina in a couple of critical moments, and that made the difference at the very end as well.
So Arena Sabalenka here, just getting a little bit of advice from her coach now, Tom Dubrov, just providing some feedback. And boy, what a set of tennis the world #1 had to play. Well, she did it back in 2023.
Well, we talked about the first set maybe being important, and maybe more important for Rybakina, but 12 of their previous 14 meetings, the player who won the first set won the match, except one of those 2 matches happened here at the Australian Open, and Sabalenka may be channeling some of that intensity, some of that energy as she went on to turn things around and win the title. But mentality, she always writes a little something different on her strength and conditioning coach's left eye, and she never knows ahead of time what it's going to be, but she certainly has shown a positive mentality just when she needed it.
Oh yeah. And Petco courtside. How big is it for Sabalenka serving first in this final set?
Well, that's a good question. We normally think of the one that serves first as in a slight advantage, just because it costs a lot of energy to keep chasing somebody throughout an entire set. But if you turn it around, she did get broken in the very first set in the very first game and couldn't quite regain that advantage that Rybakina had. For me, it's all about patterns. This is such a serve and first strike heavy match, and Team Rybakina did a much better job in preparing Rybakina for the patterns Arena will serve her. Arena and Team Sabalenka, maybe they have prepared her, but she didn't take Rybakina's patterns away in the first set. Once she started doing that and changed up her own patterns on serve, that's when tides seemed to change, and it did feel courtside in the second set that Sabalenka had the advantage and that she was just a little bit the better player. It wasn't a surprise to me that she took this second set.
And Chanda, how impressed have you been with Arena's mentality tonight? I think in previous years we may have seen her get a little stressed, but I think her body language and her ability to cope with stress tonight has been fantastic.
She's never not been a good competitor, but the way she showed that competitive fire was a bit different. It's a little more subtle now. It's internal. You see the fire, and I've been more impressed with how well she's dug in and fought some of these balls that she's gotten to, the squash forehand to put extra balls in play. That helped her get that second set as well, and just gotta like how she seems to be approaching this match, having gotten down, losing her very first service game of the match.
It's all to play for now. A one-set shootout. And we take a quick look at win predictor. It's pretty evenly split. Hard to split them here. Just one set to decide. Can the Daphne Akhurst Memorial Cup be won by either Elena Rybakina or Arena Sabalenka? Well, Sabalenka in Grand Slam three-setters, 19 and 19, so level pegging. Rybakina has a losing Grand Slam three-set record, won 9 and lost 14.
Another first serve that is approaching her average. A little bigger and just a bit more intensity behind it.
(30-15).
Nice little adjustment on this second serve. Went a little closer to the body.
15. Game Sabalenka.
Well, that's a great start to this third set. She's so hard to beat on Rod Laver Arena. She's had 27 wins in her career and just 3 losses. And in fact won 26 of her last 27 matches on this fabulous centre court.
And Sabalenka able to bring just a bit more attention to holding serve. The start of the set is crucial in any situation, let alone in a major final. And to start from ahead, I do believe serving first becomes more of an advantage. You are just able to keep yourself in front if you hold. You got a little more space if you do happen to get broken. Rybakina going to the kick, but it just didn't bounce quite as out of the court as maybe she was trying for, and Sabalenka able to get on top of it, get beautiful direction on it.
(13-15).
Maybe Rybakina thought that ball was going to land out. She did a good job of
30 on.
reflexing it back, but Sabalenka clearly with the advantage after that pop-up.
Oh, perfect from Sabalenka once again.
(30-40).
Well, the power and the precision here does not get any better. And it is Aryna Sabalenka with the first break point in this third set.
Sabalenka.
That is a stunning start to this third set for Sabalenka.
Big part of the problem for Rybakina in that service game was she only got one first serve in, 1 out of 6, and Sabalenka was all over it. Opportunity, and she took it.
Thank you.
Well, that's a huge miss, isn't it? When you're just trying to get a hold on the board here and get to 3 love.
15 love versus love 15 can make a difference in these tense moments. Sabalenka, though, one of the best players at, when she's down love 15, of winning that second point. And she does get it. Big difference. If you can't be up 30 love, to split those first 2 points, and it takes a lot of pressure off of a server and just allows the server to play from ahead, or at least even in the game.
And that was much better here from Rybakina. The last 3 games, she has lost a little bit in depth, not in pace, but in depth, and that's all it takes for Sabalenka to find her best game.
So break point here for Rybakina. Makes no mistake of it this time, and look at that reaction from Sabalenka.
Yes.
Yeah, her awareness of just the importance of getting to 3 love. She knows that scoreboard pressure lead would feel so significant.
And it was work for Sabalenka to get these last two breaks of serve in a row. And consolidating, holding on to it would be massive.
Such a great game from Sabalenka, under pressure. It's a good lead, 3-love, third set.
Sabalenka leads by 3 games.
5 games in a row now for Sabalenka. She is on a roll, and Simon has in her sights the chance to become just the 8th player to win 3 or more Australian Open titles.
Well, it's the backhand down the line that started to become one of the most damaging shots on the court. And how big was that hold of serve after being down break point and breaking in the second game, just to consolidate that serve, that break of serve early in this final set for Aryna Sabalenka. We've seen how much it means to her, her competitive energy, the competitive juices absolutely filling right up.
Rybakina just had her second breakpoint opportunity of the match, her first since the, would you believe, the opening service game, and wasn't able to convert. So Sabalenka now with a 3-love lead in this deciding set, and the win predictor has swung rapidly, 83% to 17 now, back in Sabalenka's favour.
So it's Elena Rybakina now. Just dropped her last 2 service games. Has to find a way to get a hold on the board here.
Please.
5 games in a row here for Sabalenka.
And
that's just what went missing early, wasn't it, in this set? That first serve. Just needs to land a few more first serves. That's so classy.
30-15.
Has certainly added a lot more to her game over the last couple of seasons, and fakes to rip, and then just a delicate little drop shot.
She's waiting there. You need to put energy, eh? You need to put energy. There is no energy. Let's go. Uviera nas energią. Aktywna.
Boy, did she need that. A couple of big serves from Rybakina on the board in this third set.
Sabalenka leads by
It's important for Rybakina to keep her energy up here.
Cross the legs on the return. Don't cross the legs. Come on.
She's gotten broken early in this third set. Easy to get just a little down, a little discouraged, but maybe that hold puts a little more pep in her step.
And this just couldn't be hit any better, this return. Times it to perfection.
So Rybakina started hitting her forehand big in the first set and was right there with Sabalenka. The speeds have started to erode slightly towards the end of the second set, and then now in the third set, down about 19 kilometers per hour, and Sabalenka has raised her speeds. But this is where, if Rybakina is aware, she's got a half chance here at 15:30. If she can make a little bit of a push here, she is right back in this final set.
She's back all right. That backhand we haven't seen for the last half an hour. Well, that is one of the best of the match.
15-40.
Brilliant return game from Rybakina. And went back on serve in this third set. Sabalenka, 3-2.
Sabalenka leads by 3 games.
Just when you thought it was a bridge too far, Rybakina turns the script once again. Simon back on serve at 3-2.
Well, Rybakina starts to find some court position and delivers a couple of world-class backhands down the line of her own. Elena Rybakina at her absolute best. Just found a little more spark, a little more competitive energy at her end of the court. Aryna Sabalenka's execution just wavered 5% in the pivotal moments in that fifth game. And we're game on again here, John.
She had a couple of breakpoint opportunities there, and this time did not let them slip. And she could ill afford to, as this match was slipping out of her grasp. Still 23% chance to win according to the win predictor, but psychologically that is a big boost for the Kazakh.
Really strong fight back.
Time.
Just 1 year apart, 26 and 27-year-olds respectively, battling it out here. They played in the 2023 Australian Open final, and it went the distance in 3 sets, where Sabalenka prevailed. And we are back on serve.
much better depth from Rybakina in the last 2 games. That's why she's been able to push Sabalenka back behind the baseline. And Chanda, you talked earlier about the fight for positioning here, and Rybakina is doing a much better job.
Great defense from Sabalenka. A nice little squash forehand shot here on end range.
Tercio.
This is this aggressive return we're seeing from Sabalenka. She's trying to hit it hard right through the middle corridor. And that is a breakpoint opportunity for Sabalenka.
Well, this match is about to hit the 2-hour mark. Not easy to keep those quick steps, the burst of speed. The ball is back on these players so quickly.
Oh, it's only just missed.
She changed it up, Sabalenka. She had been going down the line often on those returns and had the angle, just overplayed it. .185 from Rybakina, and Sabalenka was beaten for pace.
Yeah, great break points stat there. Saved 24 of 34 this year's AO. And that's brilliant serving from Elena Rybakina. It's out of trouble once again here on Rod Laver Arena. 3 games all, final set.
Three games all. Thank you. Thank you.
Boy, oh boy, Rybakina is coming hard here at the Sabalenka baseline game. Just really aggressive. Not holding back whatsoever.
Ball. Fifteen.
Just stays a little low. And this is worrying times for the world number one.
Well, it just looks like Sabalenka has lost a little bit of the crispness of her footwork. And that last backhand, she kind of lunged for it at the end, didn't get that extra step up to it.
This has gone pretty quick from a 3-love lead for Sabalenka. It is now the 5th seed, Rybakina, with 2 break points on return.
15-40.
Favourite serves out wide on this ad court. That's what we've seen through the numbers for Sabalenka.
Ball.
Who moves ahead in this final. She gets the important break and leads 4-3. Final set.
Well, from 3-love up, Sabalenka now trailing 4-3. Simon, this final has got a little of everything.
Well, just when we thought Sabalenka had all of the momentum, back comes Rybakina, and just 2 out of 6 first serves landed in that 7th game from Arena Sabalenka. And it was Elena Rybakina that just rose to meet the competitive challenge. Started to deliver some telling strikes from the back of the court, putting time on Sabalenka, who was forced to back court position and coughed up some forced errors as a result. Rybakina establishes some momentum at a huge part of this match.
Just minutes ago, Sabalenka had a 75% chance on the win predictor. That has slipped to 32%. Rybakina now in the box seat to get this done.
Well, even the greats, Martina Navratilova, can bear to watch. It is so nerve-wracking out here as Elena Rybakina just sits 8 points away from the Australian Open title. fantastic. Had to stay down. Made this passing shot look pretty easy, but under the circumstances, that was so good.
It was the little steps she took as well. Sabalenka worked to get in position right here on this passing shot and stayed down so beautifully. Rybakina continues to barely lose points when she gets that first serve in.
Well, Sabalenka frustrated, but Rybakina just outplaying her at the moment.
Thank you. $40-30. Cain, Rybakina.
Every point is on fight for every point. All right, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Rybakina.
Sabalenka
Leads by
not happy.
5
She
games
went
to
over
3.
to her team and
Thank
she
you.
just changed rackets.
Thank you.
Well, she's got to do everything in her powers here, Sabalenka. She's just got to find a way to try and hold serve here.
Yeah, 5 games in a row for Rybakina, and that is a bitter pill right now, but Sabalenka's got to just focus on the next point and this game.
$30 low.
You have to get closer on the second serve. And it's okay. Don't worry. Just positive hit. Just keep hitting. Energy.
$40 low. 40-15. Game Sabalenka.
Oh, important service hold. Boy, oh boy, that was much needed for Sabalenka. It's Rybakina on the cusp of her first Australian Open title, and she leads 5-4 final set.
Leads by 5 games to 4.
Razor, before this match, the head-to-head between these two in 3-set matches was 7-1 in favour of Sabalenka. We are about to see a little change in the momentum of that particular stat.
Absolutely we are, John, and it's all been advantage Rybakina. 5 games in a row post falling behind 3-love in this final set. And as we look ahead to the possible tactical options in serving this match out, you have to expect that she's going to look to open her service game by going big down the tee, where nearly 90% of her first serves so far today have gone on the first point of her service games, big down the tee. It's been an effective serve for her also. So that'll be the one she'll be looking to lean on to create that pivotal first point advantage.
This is where the rubber hits the road. Sabalenka returning here to hold on as Rybakina is looking for her first Australian Open crown. 5-4. Let's get back inside for the climax of this Women's Championship match.
Hardest game of her life here for Elena Rybakina. Serving for the Australian Open title. First point is so big there for Sabalenka, because if Rybakina wins that first point, she wins serve 93% of the time. Making the hard look easy.
15 on.
The Rybakina forehand is back in a major way. A couple of huge forehands last couple of points.
Championship point for Elena Rybakina.
40-30.
Seals it with an ace.
Rybakina.
Elena
2
Rybakina,
sets to 1. 6-4, 4-6.
the Australian
6-4.
Open champion.
An amazing turnaround for Elena Rybakina, coming from the clouds, Simon, with what must be said, a magnificent third set performance in a simply unbelievable women's final.
Well, what about some of the firepower on serve there in that ultimate game to step up with that type of courage and clarity of thought, execute your weapons, bring them to the table when it matters the most. It's an absolutely elated Elena Rybakina, and well it may be.
So she adds a second major crown to her collection, the Wimbledon champion of 2022, runner-up here in Melbourne the following year against this very opponent. And 3 years later, turns the tables on the two-time champion to take the mantle herself. Australian Open 2026 women's singles champion. Let's have a look at some of these stats, Simon. Here is midway through the third set. The first break point, or the second break point she had here at 3-3.
Well, it was Elena Rybakina who turned momentum around, fell behind early, but then really started to impose herself on the return of serve, unleashed some quality backhands down the line, and shifted momentum entirely and was able to do damage. We knew about her ball striking, damage on the first serve, damage on forehand ground stroke and the backhand ground stroke, and ultimately her strengths were too much for Aryna Sabalenka to handle. Couldn't go with the ball speed. As we have a look at the numbers, first serve in, solid from Sabalenka, so evenly matched across the board. It's what we predicted. It was always going to be an evenly fought, closely fought final. So it played out.
It was just a match of three very distinctive chapters. And how many times did we call it that we thought the other player was in control, and then just moments later, the tides had turned again. There were runs of games of 4 games in a row, 5 games in a row. And it was never going to be predicted till the latter stages of this match.
Well, the total points won was so incredibly even, but it was Elena Rybakina's cool, calm head, her composure, her clarity of thought that enabled her to excel in terms of pressure points, where she put a difference into this match. Absolutely no doubt about it. She was the better competitor under pressure, and she was superior to Aryna Sabalenka in the points that mattered most, and that is why she's the Australian Open Women's Singles Champion.
So in their 15th meeting, Elena Rybakina prevails on one of the biggest stages of all now, a multiple Grand Slam champion. And this is one moment she will remember forever. Congratulations to her. Thank you, Simon, for your company throughout the coverage tonight. We look forward to hearing more of your coverage on tomorrow's AO animated feed for the men's singles championship decider. Good night to all of our viewers. Trust you've enjoyed our coverage, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Yeah.